Welcome to the Art of Manifesting with Gaya. Today we have a fabulous guest, Doreen Agostino. Align Shine Prosper Inc. is a socio-eco business whose focus is authentic communication and positive systemic change. CEO Doreen Agostino is an evolutionary empowerment specialist, author, life transformation coach, recognized trusted blogger, socio-ecopreneur, silver grad, and internet radio host. Doreen's mini-book, So You Think You're Awake, Liberate Yourself from Anything Outside This Moment Revealed, is a love call to awaken consciously now and liberate the only true power to improve outer world reality as no tract of humanity before us. Welcome to the show, Doreen.
Thank you so much. I'm so excited to be here.
Thank you. Doreen, could you share with us your fabulous journey manifesting health? And I believe it began in Jan 2007.
Yes, actually, I'm a very active and healthy person, and in January 2007, I was diagnosed with cancer, and a friend of mine who took me to have it was a colonoscopy that I had done. I came out of the room after I'd found out I had this massive tumor that they wanted me to go that day to have it looked at. And I said to my friend, I never realized being on a spiritual journey could be such a bummer. And so the doctor didn't think that was funny at all. But for me, it was like I just knew, because I had been on this spiritual journey for decades. It was like I just knew that it was an opportunity for me to get to experience that power that I had read about, that I had gone to intensive workshops and embraced fear around. And I just knew that it was my soul was calling me into this moment so that she and I, my body, mind, spirit, could just unite as one. And the power of soul love is like it's the only true power. And I just felt that this was my opportunity to really experience what we all truly are, but that, through conditioning and educational training, from a limited perspective, that has been lost to us. So I decided that I was going to embrace my tumor as a cell of light. Light is a metaphor for conscious power, also called God, unconditional love, spirit, or other name, and best described by quantum physicists as fundamental electromagnetic quantum energy. And it's all there is. Sages and modern science agree today that light is all there is. And so that light to me was a little spark of God having the experience of cancer in my body. And I went, God, you're going to experience cancer in my body like you've never had the experience of it before. And it became quite a journey for me. Yes, I was nervous, but I felt that, I had had such a full life. My life is so blessed that it was my time to leave, it was okay. I was going to leave, but I had made a conscious choice to stay. And so I went through the process. I had surgery like almost immediately. And afterwards, I went to visit a friend of mine who's a naturopath and homeopath. We detoxed my body from chemicals from the hospital. And she told me my immune system was like almost at zero, and that she said maybe I should consider, chemo and radiation. And I went, absolutely not. Like, that's not my path. So I worked with her for, it took 6 months actually, took some natural mushroom products and a couple of other natural products to boost my immune system. And in 18 years of practice, she has never seen a body recover at the rate that mine did. And I actually
Wow.
had my surgeon do blood work so that the traditional medical profession also said there is no cancer in your body. And so I was just so delighted.
Wow, what an amazing story. Doreen, could you tell us a bit about the 2012 and the signals and the end of the Mayan calendar?
Yes, actually, I would like to share with you the research that I have done. Also, as a radio host, I've interviewed top physicists, scientists, doctors, evolutionaries, luminaries on the planet. And from my own personal experience and from a lot of what is being presented today, there's a range, and I really don't think any of us know exactly what's happening or when. And my perspective is the only thing that we have is right now. Because right now, I can choose to be love or I can choose to be fear. I can choose to react negatively or positively. And what happens when we do that is we magnetize to us a matching vibration. So for me, the only two choices we ever have are to curse or bless, and whatever we choose comes back to us. So 2012 is the end of the Mayan calendar, but there's a lot of information that could not necessarily be 100% accurate. So Dr. Carl Kalleman, he's a Swedish research scientist. He's the only one who has studied the Mayan calendar from a scientific perspective. His PhD is in biology, so he studied the calendar scientifically from both a biological and an evolutionary process. He maintains, and this is part of the Mayan knowledge, wisdom, is that there are 9 waves in an age. And what's happening actually is that there are several ages that are all coming to a very rare close at the same time. And that end date or that closing date is what we really don't know. But from the research that Dr. Carl Kalleman did, he maintains that we're in the 8th wave now, and the 9th wave arrives March 9, 2011. And its cycle completes on October 28th, 2011. So according to Dr. Carl Kalleman, this close of the ages will actually be in October of 2011. And there are a range of researchers who have studied the calendar. And so the earliest date is like March 9 to October 28 this year. And the longest date out is July 2013. But you know what? It could be 2050. We really don't know. But what's really critical is that we are living the most incredible adventure that any of our species have lived up to now. And the reason that I say that is because this is the close of all those ages where we experience light and the perceived absence of light, and which is darkness, right? So what I believe is happening is, and this is probably going to cover a lot of the other things that we were going to talk about, but they're all related anyway, is that light is now coming to Earth. Like, our solar activity is unprecedented. So the light that's coming, it's the light, our solar activity with the coronal mass ejections and the solar flares. I think that the light from beyond the light of the sun is coming, and it's coming, and it's getting more and more. And as more of us awaken and we move into our hearts and we embrace the darkness, our own darkness and the darkness of others, because that's really what this is about. This is the bridge to, I got chills. Our greater destiny is just waiting. It's like, I heard that what's happening on planet Earth is like the greatest rock concert ever in the cosmos, and that these divine beings are just backed up, standing room only, waiting to see how we're going to, and we're already victorious. It's just a matter of how we play out the last act, I guess, of this game on the game board of life. And so the bottom line is, nobody knows when the date is, but it's to be celebrated, because this is the end of darkness. It's the end of pain and suffering, because I believe that consciousness, or God, or light, is having the experience of itself through us. We're the sensing organs of Creator. So, because that's all there is. And so Creator's having this experience of limitless possibilities through all of us, through all creation. And I believe that the next evolutionary quantum leap for consciousness, or God, or light, is that it is going to be in form awake. See, so
Beautiful.
it's like I was awake, and I knew that the power of God, or light, or love, unconditional love, was already me, and that's the only power. So I believe our next evolutionary step, for those people who choose it to be so, because perhaps not everyone will, is that we will be awake with all of this magnificent creativity. It's like we don't have to worry about, technology for oil. It's like everything we have is just gonna flow through us, and we're gonna have the most incredible experience in a way that no